Hi guys, my name is Xavier, and in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how to detach and control your own fear of judgment. If you're watching this video, you are maybe someone who is impacted by the fear of judgment of others and do not achieve what he wants because he's afraid of that fear, and that fear is ruling him in some ways in his life. So today we are going to see what is actually fear or judgment, and then we're going to break it down on some points to actually control that fear and avoid it to actually achieve the things that you want without fear the judgment. What you need to know from the fear of judgment is that you're not afraid of what people think of you. You are afraid of a movie playing in your head where you're the villain, the joke, the failure, and you wrote every scene of it yourself. You will notice that you are creating your fear or judgment. The impact and the thing that happened is really less impactful than what happened in your mind. You're really creating some scenarios, and this is what impacts you so bad. Because you're not afraid of the judgment itself, you're afraid of your own imagined version of it. And it is normal that the fear of judgment impact you so bad because it is the main social and core anxiety that you can have. The fear of judgment first start in your brain because your brain can't tell the difference. Your brain, just like this one, is working to let you know that when you're being judged or when you're creating those scenarios in your head, it is the same thing as feeling some pain and physical pain. And like I said, the problem is that the brain can't tell the difference. So your brain is analyzing the pain and the feeling of being judged as physical pain. And this is why you're so affected and you feel bad. It goes way further than actually bad emotions. It triggers some fear of survival. So this is why you feel so bad. It triggers some fear of survival. But nowadays, you do not look like this guy. Actually, you're more evolved, and you want to look like someone like this guy. You're probably someone who is already confident and have some great ambition in life, and you can control your own fear of judgment because you have some dreams, you have something to accomplish, but that one fear is ruling you. It is normal because it is a survival fear to feel judgment. It is in our own core. With that first guy, when that guy was excluded of the tribal, this was death to him. So when you feel actually excluded of a group right now, or you feel excluded or judged in some situation, you feel the same thing. This is why your brain can't tell the difference. You are feeling excluded of the tribal, and at that time, at that guy, this was death. When you were put outside of the tribal, you were completely cooked. But nowadays, you're not cooked if you're judged or put outside of your group of friends. And this is why, if you have the ambitions to look like that and to actually achieve the person you want to be, you need to tell yourself that this fear of judgment is actually for the enchantment, for the old man, and you don't need that fear anymore. You can rule that fear and control it. But there is actually two things that are amplifying that on one fear. And the first one being the spotlight effect. The effect is feeling that everybody is watching at you when actually it ain't that bad. There's actually a study from Thomas Gilovich Colonel, and in that study, he showed that people who are feeling judged feel 2 times more judged than what actually happened. So, for example, when you're actually um, putting something on your shirt, so you wear a white shirt and you actually put something, for example, red, some tomato sauce on your shirt, you feel that twice more people saw your shirt than the actual people who saw it. And this is the spotlight effect. So you feel like more people than what actually happened saw you. And there's actually another amplifier, which is the negative bias. The negativity bias is the fact that most people, and I include myself in those people, saw the bad things more easily. So you see, for example, the bad things that happen more easily than the good thing. And this is why when you are feeling judged, you recognize it so bad and so easily. But when something good happens or the group of people makes you proud, well, you don't recognize it as much as when the bad things happen. There's actually 4 principles that you could do to actually fully detach yourself from that fear and be in complete control of that fear. The first thing on the list is to separate yourself from the thoughts. You are probably thinking that people think you're an idiot because you said something stupid. But you have the thought that you think you're an idiot. So it ain't people that, because you don't know if people are actually thinking this way. And this is why this fear is so bad again. Uncertainty, the fact that you don't know that people are thinking that you did something stupid or not, make you feel even worse. So just telling yourself, you having the thought, you don't really know if those people are thinking that you are stupid. The second thing is actually ration what you give about. You have infinite amount of emotional bandwidth. Every worry you spend on a stranger opinions is one you don't spend around what matters. So if you really think rational, you will know that losing your time thinking that people are judging your own opinion or every stranger's opinion are affecting you, well, you lose a lot of time. If you really look at someone who is confident, he do not lose his time thinking about, oh, what is the opinion of other of what I made. He spend the time working, get the feedback, and actually take actions. So if you're able to, don't give a shit about what people are thinking of you and really think rational and use your time to do things you should do, well, you will avoid that fear. The third principle is to actually build a reputation and not some quick and easy approval. And what I mean by that is to just don't be a simp. When there's a situation, don't be the guy with a simp. Just build your own reputation. The need for approval is universal. It is normal in humans, but the goal is not to look good in the moment. The goal is to be like the guy fucking cool, not to use some quick approval to feel better and then the next day feel bad. You don't want to be a simp. Now the last principle is expose yourself on purpose. If you're fearing some things and that fear you actually doesn't and or never trigger it, well, you won't create some toughness toward that one fear. If you fear of the judgment that girls give you, well, you will never beat that fear if you never go talk toward girl or you never talk much to girls. And yeah, you won't achieve going through your fear of judgment if you never go toward that fear and experience fear of failure. So I will highly recommend you to expose yourself toward your fear of judgment so that fear will really fade away. And the last thing that I could say about the fear of judgment is that confidence equals freedom. If you're able to have a undefeated confidence in yourself, well, you will never really have the fear of judgment because you're so confident in yourself, you're so proud of yourself that you're not impacted by the actual fear of judgment. And confidence is built through 4 main points. From what I think, it is from self-love. So if you're able to really love yourself, love what you do, love how you work, love how you grow, well, you won't be affected by the judgment of others. If you have self-trust, you trust yourself, you accomplish what you say you will do, well, you won't be affected as much by the fear of judgment. I also find out that if you have a high testosterone level, you feel pumping from testosterone, you won't be as much affected by the fear of judgment. And also your mindset play a big role into that. So if you really understand the 4 principles that I said before, you won't be as much affected by the fear of judgment. I will tell you a story on how being confident in yourself and having confidence could really play a big role in detaching yourself from the fear of judgment. A couple of days ago, I went to a party with friends, and at that night, one girl came up to me and she said, "Oh, I saw you were doing videos online," because my friends discovered that I was doing stuff online and trying to make my dream real of actually making some money online, inspire people, trying to help people online and make other people achieve their dream. So they discovered I've tried to make videos and make that dream real. And yeah, that one girl came up to me and she said, "Oh, watching you speak English is probably one of the funniest thing I've ever seen." And she laughed at me. At that one moment, I could have said, "Damn, I stopped YouTube. This is completely done for me. I stopped that dream. This is not for me." But I really don't give a shit about what she said, because I know that I can do that and I can accomplish my dream. And I have so much confidence, like I said in the previous work that I've done, and all the things that I did, that I'm not affected. I believe in myself. I love myself for doing that things, and I'm proud of myself. So her opinion did not affect me, and I'm completely detached from the fear of judgment of others. And yeah, this is the power of confidence. If you're able to really love your work, love what you do, really believe in what you're able to do, you won't be affected by the fear or judgment, and this is how you will really unlock freedom. This was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will really detach from the fear of judgment, because you don't know how much that fear is ruling you and have an impact on you. So if you're able to have a great confidence in yourself, apply the 4 principles that I've talked about in this video, you can accomplish so much in life. So detach from your own judgment, and see you on the next one.